What's up, Glasshouse? This your commish D's nuts. Here to do the week 13 recap, which is the final week of the regular season. All right. This was a meaningless week for most teams, man, because as it stands, we already had the two bye week teams locked in, which is Winston and Cowboys Nation. Braveheart already had the number three overall spot. Glasshouse Bandits and Maori, they had the 4 and 5 spots. One had the 4, one had the 5. It didn't matter if the other one won or lost because they would have still end up playing each other because the 4 and 5 spot play each other in the first round anyways. Excuse me. The only other playoff spots that matter would have been the the sixth and the seventh seed. Uh, there was there were three teams fighting for that 6 and 7 seed, um, based on tiebreakers, because we all had basically we're gonna end up with the same record if I lost and Stay Great and Herbs House won. The tiebreaker has and always has been and always will be the amount of total points a team scores over the course of a year. That's what this is, fantasy, and fantasy is all about points. Now, I'm open to a lot of different changes in the league, but that's one change that will not happen. That's just the way it is. I strongly believe that if it's a tiebreaker, the team with the most points clearly shows that they're the better team because of the points they scored. So the tiebreaker was going to determine which three teams uh, out of the three that were going for that last spot for that 6 and 7 spot were going to make it. Uh, so this is how it played out. All right, it played out like this. We had myself versus ordinary guys. Ordinary guys is already out the playoffs. It's unfortunate because he had a high scoring team and he got some ballers on his team, man. He blew me out, 171 to 102. He had Adams with 34, Packers defense with 24, Thielen with 29, 18 from Woods, 17 from Chubb, 19 from Chris Carson. All I had going for me was Travis Kelce with 27. Everybody else got me nothing. I mean, so if this meant something to me, I would have been out the playoffs. But I had enough points overall in the league, knowing that I was going to win a tiebreaker. So ordinary guys, you finish off 6 and 7, and your boy D's nuts finish off 7 and 6. Next matchup, Winston versus Maori. Like I said, none of these matchups were meaningless because no matter what the outcome is, their positions wouldn't have changed. Winston would have still had the bye week. Mari would have still been playing Glasshouse Bandits in the first round. He lost a close one, 163 to 161 to Winston. Pat Mahomes gave him 23. Just Jonathan Taylor gave him 22. He had 19 from Hopkins and Diggs, 26 from Dave Montgomery. Winston had 30 from Kirk Cousins. Robinson gave him 22. James Robinson. Marvin Jones 25. Logan Thomas had a huge game, gave him 24 points. So congrats, Winston. You get the first round bye. Maori, like I said, you be playing old Glasshouse Bandit in round one of the playoffs. Smash Motherfucking Nation versus the Glasshouse Bandit. Smash Motherfucking Nation damn near pull out a win. It was unfortunate that he didn't pull it out. There was some guys on the bench that would have helped him get the W, but that wasn't gonna mean shit. Like I said, Glasshouse Bandits already had his spot. 29 from Goff, 19 from Michael Thomas, and that was pretty much it. As for Smash Motherfucking Nation, 30 from LJ and 18 from the Seahawks defense. That was it for you, man. So you finish up the season 1-12, worst record in the league. And Glasshouse Bandits, you finish off the season 8-5. Next matchup, we got the Trendsetters versus They Hate Me, old cousins. Man, look at this shit. The old cousins, man, they finished up with the same record, 6-7. Both of y'all boys finished sub 500, but they hate me won this one, 137 to 126. So he had 32 from Rogers, 21 from Deontay Johnson, 20 from Ayuk, which I give him credit for, man. He did draft Brandon Ayuk, and he said he was going to be something. The boy turned out to be something. Uh, as for the trendsetters, Josh Allen gave him 41, and Vikings defense 19. That was it. So, like I said, you both end up with the same record, 6-7. Y'all be seeing each other somewhere in the consolation playoffs. Next matchup, CMD Canes versus Stay Great. I don't know what happened to those CMD Canes this year, man. CMD Canes usually put up a fight. Usually have a good team. Usually make the playoffs. But this year, it just was off all year. You got blowed out by, what's this, by 48, 46 points. Stay Great. You needed a W to have a chance of making the playoffs. You got your W, but we'll see how the tiebreaker end up treating you. I don't think it treated you well because I don't think you had enough overall points, but I ain't look at that yet. Cam Newton gave you 25, Kiki QT 27, and Darren Waller 45 points. As for CMD Canes, it was Big Ben with 25, Dolphins defense with 30, and damn, you got 2 people with 0 and about 3 people with 8 points or less. So hey, CMD Canes, you end up 3-10. Stay Great, you end up 7-6. Next matchup, I'm Better Than You versus Cowboys Nation. I'm Better Than You. You finish off the season not strong, bro. Weak. 73 points. You had the low score of the week. You're 3-10. I know you quit, but god damn, you could at least took Will Fuller out your starting lineup. God damn. Titans defense gave you -2. Suckup was on a bye with 0. Christian Kirk 1. Will Fuller 0. Mike Davis on a bye 0. I guess you knew you was gonna make the consolation playoffs, so it didn't matter. Cowboys Nation, you already had the first week bye anyway, so that didn't matter. 168 points, happened to be the high score of the week. No, it didn't. Ordinary Guys had high score of the week with 171. But yours was the second highest. 11-2 was the best record in the league. You had Kyler Murray with 23. Matter of fact, you had Kyler Murray, Aaron Jones, and Dalvin Cook with 23. Corey Davis gave you 35. Colts defense gave you 23. So, hey, congratulations, like I said, having the best record in the league, first round bye. Next matchup, we got Irv's House versus Braveheart. Irv's House, you needed to win to have a chance to qualify for the playoffs for that last spot. You did your job. We're going to see what happened. You had 19 from Russell Wilson been stinking up some shit lately. That boy there, seriously, he can't do shit. Like, last 4 games, he been playing like, I don't know, man. He been playing like Carson Wentz damn near. You had Christian Cooper Kupp with 15, Mari Cooper 16, nothing major. Mike Gesicki 23, but hey, like I said, they did enough to beat Braveheart, who decided to start Ryan Fitzpatrick and gave him 0, and I guess he didn't get the memo that Tua was starting. Kerryon Johnson gave him 2. And he had 28 from Cole Beasley and 27 from Justin Jefferson. So, Braveheart, you finished the season 9-4. Or Irv's House, you finished the season off 7-6. Let me go to these playoff matchups and let me tell y'all how this shit working. Let me see. Playoff race. It goes as follows. Only 2 teams made the consolation playoffs. That shit ain't right. It's supposed to be 6. It's supposed to be 8. All 8 teams supposed to make the consolation playoffs. I'm going to have to fix that tomorrow. I'm going to have to call CBS because it's already locked. I don't know why I say 2, but it should be 8. But the people who made the playoffs, them boys, Cowboys Nation, first round bye. Carson wins it off, first round bye. Glasshouse Bandit will play Maury. And these nuts got the final spot. We'll play Braveheart in round 1. I would give y'all the matchups for the consolation. But like I said, I ain't got it just yet because for some reason there's only two people in there. Stay Great and Herb's House gonna definitely have the first round bye because they have the two best records out of the 8 teams that didn't make the playoffs. So we know that y'all got a first round bye. I'm gonna just have to go call CBS and see what's going on with the other 6 teams. Make sure y'all get a chance to get that number 1 spot next year. So don't stop setting your lineups because the number 1 spot is big, man. It's a big deal. You want to get that number 1 spot. So if you're in there, set your lineups because you never know. You just might win it all. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's it for me, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all boys next week. Let y'all know what's going on with the results of round 1 in the playoffs. Your boy D's nuts is gonna come out and whoop that Cowboy Nation ass. I'm telling you, boy. Hey, if I make it past round 1, if I beat old Braveheart, the 6th seed gonna play the number 1 seed. You already know how it works. So I'm gonna get my chance to get your ass back. Believe that. All right, man. I'll holler at y'all boys next week, man. Peace.